This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. The Virgin Islands continues to make strides in vaccinating its residents. When the first doses arrived, Governor Albert Bryan set a goal of vaccinating half of the territory's population by July 1st. And as of this weekend, we're halfway towards achieving that goal. 3 months after the first vaccines arrived in the VI, more than 25,000 people have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Governor Bryan would like to get shots in the arms of 50,000 residents by July 1st, and we may achieve that goal after the 25,000th person in the VI got a shot over the weekend. So again, we're halfway there with 25% now vaccinated. While the territory's vaccination distribution efforts are going very well, the VI government warns we're still a long way from achieving herd immunity, so we have to continue to heed those safety guidelines like mask wearing and avoiding large crowds. Meantime, vaccine hesitancy appears to be dropping, especially among Black Americans. That's according to a new survey from the Kaiser Foundation. More than 1,800 adults were polled in mid-March, and 62% said they were either already vaccinated or will be as soon as possible. Now, that is up from 55% in February. Now, when it comes to race, 55% of Black adults said they had been vaccinated or plan to be soon, which is up from 41% last month. However, 13% of the overall respondents said they will definitely not be vaccinated. And in terms of current case counts, here's the latest on coronavirus numbers in the territory. There are 52 active cases throughout the VI. There are 24 active cases in St. Croix, 19 in St. Thomas, where we saw 0 active cases on Friday, so a bit of a spike there, but still low. And in St. John, there's a bit of a spike as well, with 9 active cases of COVID-19. Well, the head of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is asking Americans to stick with the pandemic precautions just a little while longer. Officials announced Monday the U.S. has surpassed 30 million cases of COVID-19, and parts of the country are seeing a steady spike in cases. The CDC director says the latest report have her feeling an impending doom. Dr. Walensky acknowledged the U.S. has come a long way with 3 authorized vaccines. According to the CDC, about 143 million vaccine doses have been administered in the United States, while the VI for weeks now has been doing a great job with vaccinations. More than a dozen states are opening up vaccine eligibility to all adults this week. States where anyone 16 and older can get the shot include Ohio, Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, North Dakota, Kansas, and of course the territory of the Virgin Islands.
I'm going to lose the script, and I'm going to reflect on the recurring feeling I have of impending doom. We have so much to look forward to, so much promise and potential of where we are, and so much reason for hope, but right now I'm scared.
So as COVID case counts and hospitalizations continue their steady climb and the pandemic worsens in many parts of the nation, the question now is, how bad will it get? Well, our experts say it's hard to predict how the situation will look a few weeks from now. Here in the Virgin Islands, our vaccine efforts are paying off with, again, about 25% of the population now vaccinated. But the virus variants are what are complicating matters. They're more transmissible and believed to be more deadly. At last check, none of those variants have popped up in the Virgin Islands. But with those variants, that means much of the U.S. population still is not fully vaccinating, and those variants are spreading, and it comes just as many states begin rolling back regulations, leading to larger gatherings and more opportunities for the virus to spread.
It is, I guess, disheartening, it's frustrating, and again, it's, because we're changing our actions before we are actually able to do that. We're opening up, we're not mitigating, and we're allowing the virus to race ahead again.
So Dr. Dawson says we can't control variants, but we can control how we act because of them, and strictly adhering to the safety measures is the best way, she says, to slow their spread until more people can be vaccinated. Well, this weekend, typically people here in the Virgin Islands would pack VI beaches for a long-standing tradition of camping. But as we've reported for the second year in a row now, the VI government's prohibiting beach camping this weekend in order to curb the spread of COVID. And with Passover this week and Sunday being Easter, the CDC says attending gatherings to observe religious holidays can increase your risk of getting COVID-19, despite the increase of vaccinations. However, there are ways you can celebrate your faith safely. The CDC recommends the safest way you can celebrate is to do it with people you live with. You're also advised to practice religious holiday customs at home and attend religious ceremonies virtually. Also enjoy traditional holiday meals at home and think about delivering a meal to a neighbor. And if you do plan to celebrate with others, remember outdoors is safer than indoors and always wear your mask. Well, staying mentally strong in the midst of this global pandemic can certainly be a challenge for everyone. And as we wrap up the celebration of Women's History Month, here's a good reminder of some do's and don'ts to help women get through.
To say the last 12 months has been chaotic is an understatement, putting working women and stay-at-home moms to the test.
Mental strength is about acknowledging, yeah, I don't have all the answers. I don't have it all together, but I'm going to work on it, and I'm going to work on becoming better.
Amy Moore, an editor-in-chief of Very Well Mind website, likens maintaining mental strength to your physical strength.
Because we know that our muscles get weak over time. Mental strength is the same. It's an ongoing process, and we all have the ability to continue to perform mental exercises so that we can reach our greatest potential.
One suggestion for the do list, spring cleaning, whether getting the entire house in order or simply organizing a closet.
Because it gives us some mastery over our environment. It gives us something that we have control over.
One tip for the don't list from Chantel Bisson, author of Raising Your Kids Without Losing Your Cool.
Keep your eyes on your own garden and stop worrying about what everybody's doing on social media or what other parents are allowing their kids to get away with or do and what those house rules are.
Whether online, at the office, or the grocery store, stop comparing ourselves to other people.
We all are created equal. We come in naked, we leave with nothing. We all come in the same way, we all go out the same way.
A balance of self-acceptance with self-improvement can help everyone stay mentally strong for the daily juggle.
Some good advice there. Well, as we reported, a judge has, for the third time, denied bond for Ghislaine Maxwell, and now additional charges have been filed against her. Prosecutors filed a superseding indictment on Monday, charging the longtime associate and former girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein in an 8-count indictment. It includes new charges of sex trafficking conspiracy, sex trafficking of a minor, as well as earlier charges that include perjury. Maxwell's trial is scheduled to begin on July 12th, but could be delayed now because of these new charges. Maxwell has previously pleaded not guilty and remains in prison. Meantime, in Minneapolis, what's expected to be a tense and emotional murder trial is now underway. Former police officer Derek Chauvin is accused of killing George Floyd after cell phone video from the scene showed him with his knee across Floyd's neck for about 9 minutes after he was handcuffed and forced to the ground. Now, this highly anticipated case began with prosecutors and the defense team wasting little time laying out their strategies. The prosecution arguing Chauvin used excessive and unreasonable force against Floyd. The defense countering during its opening, telling the jury Chauvin did exactly what he was trained to do by Minneapolis police, and saying that many other factors, including drugs and a heart condition, actually caused Floyd's death.
Mr. Derek Chauvin betrayed this badge when he used excessive and unreasonable force upon the body of Mr. George Floyd.
The use of force is not attractive, but it is a necessary component of policing. When you review the actual evidence and when you hear the law and apply reason and common sense, there will only be one just verdict, and that is to find Mr. Chauvin not guilty.
And attorneys say there are about 400 potential witnesses in this case, though they might not all be called. The trial is expected to last 3 to 4 weeks.